You're watching Batesi TV.
Good evening, welcome to Batesi TV Spotlights. I'm Felicia Lalu and I'll be bringing today's top local stories. A truck driver sustained serious injuries after the truck he was driving plunged into a roadside drain at Umling around 5:40 p.m. on April 21, 2025. The truck was en route from Shillong to Guwahati when the accident occurred. According to reports, the truck bearing registration number UP65CT6180 was carrying a load of cement. It is suspected that the accident happened due to overspeeding, causing the driver to lose control of the vehicle. On April 21, 2025, the Sordar of Kut village, Ba Lambhalang Mautho, publicly accused Kong Elpreda Milim, a resident of Kut, Dong Nong Jongkla, of stirring up trouble for the village for the past 16 years. Speaking to the media, the Sordar, accompanied by Ba Sabel Milim, who is also a relative of Kong Elpreda, alleged that she had been using deceitful tactics to gain personal benefits. The village leadership has raised concerns over the unauthorized registration and manipulation of land ownership records, which they claim has led to long-standing confusion and disputes in the area. On April 21, 2025, members of the Nyotrap Youth Council Sheila Unit and Jatab Unit apprehended 4 suspected Bangladeshi nationals at Sheila Market, which is located just about 3 kilometers from the India-Bangladesh border. Speaking to the media, HYC President Ba Roy Kapal Sendram stated that during questioning by the HYC members, the 4 individuals claimed to possess Aadhaar cards, PAN card and Epic card, asserting that they were Indian citizens. The Education Department of the state government, through the Commissioner and Secretary, convened a meeting on April 21, 2025 with all district school education officers, along with representatives from the Meghalaya SSA School Association, or Meghalaya School Teachers Association, and the Meghalaya Fort Teachers Association to discuss the government's proposal to take over the SSA school across the state. Speaking to the media, Ba Bantelang J. Kharshandi, Director of Secondary and Higher Education, stated that the government's initial plan is to take over only those SSA schools currently being managed by community. For SSA schools being run by church organizations or private individuals, a letter of consent will be required from the respective managing authorities. The National Secretary of the National People's Party, Dr. Amprin Lyngdoh, announced on April 21, 2025 that the meeting of the National Executive Committee of the party is scheduled to be held in Shillong on April 24, 2025. During a press conference, Dr. Amprin stated that the purpose of the meeting is to discuss in depth various matters and also the goals of the party for the next 3 years. The State Education Department is now turning its attention to private schools that are willing to open Class 11 for the 2025-2026 academic session, following an unprecedented increase in students who have passed the Secondary School Leaving Certificate examination this year. Ba Bantelang J. Kharshandi, Director of Secondary and Higher Education, informed the media after a meeting with district school education officers that the government has directed the SEOs to collect and submit data on private schools interested in opening Class 11. Based on this data, the government will take a decision on granting approval to help ease the pressure on existing higher secondary institutions. The Joint Action Committee, comprising 3 major organizations, the Jaintia Hills Truck Owners Association, Meghalaya Commercial Truck and Driver Association, and the All Jaintia Cement and Clinker Transporters Association, has temporarily withdrawn its proposed indefinite agitation following an assurance from the Deputy Commissioner of East Jaintia Hills District. The DC has promised to initiate talks between the JAC leaders and the Jaintia Hills Cement Manufacturer Association to resolve the ongoing issues between truck operators and cement factories. Villages located along the border region in the Kirshai area, particularly those lying south of Langpi and still under the jurisdiction of West Khasi Hills District, remains severely underdeveloped due to the lack of proper road connectivity despite being rich in agricultural resources. This situation was observed during an inspection conducted by leaders of the Federation of Khasi Jayantya and Garo people, who found that the road stretching from Nuapara to Mauyam's Aim, Omthli and all the way to Grishai is a narrow mud track which is usable only during the dry season, and even then only for four-wheel drive vehicles. It was further revealed that the road from Nuapara to Grishai was built entirely by the villagers themselves, who contributed money household by household to construct the connecting their villages to Langpi. Without this self-constructed road, residents would have had no choice but to travel through Boko, Assam. Leaders of the Jayantya Student Union, acting on complaints from the public regarding underweighting of ration rice, lodging an official complaint on April 22, 2025, with the Deputy Commissioner Supply of West Jaintia Hills District, demanding an immediate investigation into the matter. And that wraps up today's edition on Spotlights on Batesi TV. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned for more updates. And until next time, wishing you a wonderful evening.